Hi everybody, I'm Jo Sullivan. Welcome back to this week's episode of Hump Day Hullabaloo. This week we're going to be talking about board meetings. I understand the importance of board, and let me start off by saying that I sit on several myself, and I find some of the most amazing, wonderful, dedicated people. But if boards weren't problematic for us in nonprofit leadership, we wouldn't keep talking about them. We wouldn't write the books. We wouldn't write the white papers. We wouldn't have board development sessions. We wouldn't teach and train and talk to our staff about the importance of board relations. And we certainly wouldn't have protocols around board interaction. So what I've done for you is asked some of my friends in the nonprofit world to send me a couple of their most challenging board moments, describe them to me, and I've asked a few good friends of mine to help me reenact those. I hope you get some appreciation out of this. If you recognize any of it, certainly not in yourself, drop me a line. Now, I don't have solutions for all of this. I wouldn't mind hearing those as well. What I really want to emphasize is how important our board relationships are. I want us to all understand that we have challenges within our board, but the most important thing that we can do is remember at the end of the day, if our boards don't support the mission, we don't get the support to do our jobs. So check it out. See if you recognize any of these challenging moments. If you do, and you handled it differently, let me know. Hope you enjoy it, and have a great week. So, Mr. Fatton, I'd like to take a moment and present our third quarter numbers to you and the rest of the board.
Is that right? Is that right? The last time you presented numbers, there was a problem.
No, actually, we were on target to meet our goals, if I recall. You took your analytics to your nephew, the CPA, and I had to spend hours on the phone until he understood, until he approved the work.
Miss Sullivan, I'm a businessman. I see things pretty much in black and white. I see numbers, projects, and people. Now, how can I explain this to you in terms that you will understand? You see, if somebody walks into my office, trips and drops the folders, papers, if you will, I react in one of two ways. One, I don't think twice about what happened, and I pick up the papers and we move on our way. But for the other type, I pick up their papers, but I remember. I notice, and I sigh inside of the lack of grace and professionalism. Do you follow me, Miss Sullivan? Now, let me ask you. How do you think I see you?
I have no idea, but in the meantime, can I present the budget? So you see, based on our analytics, we feel that special events can take a back seat in the priority scale because the value of the attendee just isn't as strong as the other channels.
What? I missed all that stuff you said about ROI and... Wait, Chanel?
No, not Chanel, channels.
Oh, whatever. My mother told me if I came to these meetings and pretended to care, Daddy would forget about that little fire I set in the Hamptons. So, I'm just here to throw parties, okay? Do you need anything else from me? When's the party, honey? I mean, really, look who you're talking to.
Okay, so maybe we just should move on. I've got the new creative that we tested for our DRTV efforts, and I think I'd like to present that to... Well, never mind. I think I'll just like to present you the preliminary results. Miss Sally, if I could just... they're very promising.
Just a moment, please.
Yes, ma'am.
I am not happy that I was not consulted about this sooner. I should have been part of the creative process and had approval on the final commercial.
Okay, Miss Sally, I do apologize. I know you are chair of the development committee, but we just never had that process before. I'm happy to open the discussion.
Well, before, you weren't as successful, so there was much less risk. Now that you are successful, you need someone watching your every move. Besides, I have more experience than anyone in this area. I worked for an advertising agency from 1981 to 1981.
2-1.
Miss Sullivan, not that I don't appreciate all the effort that went into orchestrating this board retreat, but Miss Ellie's comments express a concern that I share. Now that you've reached a level of success where people are actually reading what it is that you write, as the attorney on the board, I feel that it's appropriate to have all copy go through me before it's released to the public.
What do you mean all copy? You mean like our direct mail letters?
Yes.
Our member magazine?
Yes.
What about website, Facebook, social
Let
media?
me make this simple for you. Every tweet, every Instagram, every Facebook update, all of it. I don't want you to publish a calendar without getting approval from me first.
Okay, well, this ought to make for an interesting year with a lot fewer publications out there. Thank you so much for your input.